Okay.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Connections 50 Plus Wednesdays Live. I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph.
And I am Terri-Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
It is so beautiful having you all, join us. Our topic today is What's Up 50 Plus Tribe? What is happening during this time, Terri-Ann, during the time of COVID lockdown?
What's up indeed, Jennifer? You know, we into our 6 week now. It started
Yes.
14th of March. It started on
Mm-hmm.
14th of March, and we are now getting tomorrow's the 30th of April. We
Mm-hmm.
almost at the end of the month. Can't remember.
Right.
Yes, tomorrow is the end of April. So half of March and 4 weeks. So 6 weeks of lockdown. And I think with a lot of people, you're now beginning to realize, okay, this is longer than a holiday. Because the
Yes.
holiday is usually 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And we're supposed to be back into a routine of normal. And there goes the government announcing, well, we will talk to you on the 10th of May and we will see.
Good.
I think people are beginning to, probably some are doing it consciously and some are doing it subconsciously, recognize that, wow, something is different, something's got to
Yeah.
change, something is happening. And how people react both on a personal basis, on a family basis, on a professional basis,
Oh, yes.
differ. But this is certainly a period of, we call it the T word, transition.
Transition. Because Terri-Ann, many friends been asking me, Jennifer, how are you making out? What I recognize is that everyone different depending on their circumstances, depending on their personalities. Some people get a little more nervous than some, so it varies. And, listening to all the gurus outside there, all the experts, the economists, the psychologists, etc. News not sounding good at all. It's a lot of negative energy coming to us, negative. Very rare you may read someone who's saying, okay, let's look at the bright side, things gonna be all right. you know?
If anybody could say that.
So that's just it. So the reality is we definitely there are a lot of changes happening, So it is so nice for us here to chat with our followers. We say the 50 Plus Tribe, to let them know how we have been making out. What's up with us. So,
well, that WhatsApp story. I think we could start with last week.
yes.
We had that phenomenal topic. We had our men's panel.
Yes.
And the whole technology seems to be our COVID-19.
Yes.
It takes us into bumps and grinds. And we just could not get started because for some reason Zoom was not allowing us to go onto live. And we had to think very quickly. Thank God that we have access to Candice and we have people like Errol around us.
Yes, we definitely needed the support then.
A premiere. We continued our discussion and we said, okay, we launched this as a premiere and we into this new world of premieres.
So this, Terri-Ann, let them know this is a premiere. But what we learned from that also, Terri-Ann, it gave us the opportunity to really connect with you out there. So as you responded, we were able to, respond at the same time. So it worked, Terri-Ann, you see?
Yes, it did. And you are now, we would have recorded this, what's the time now? 4 o'clock? So
yeah, right.
Recorded earlier. And I thought it was really exciting during the filming of the premiere last week, being able to talk to people as they responded to the comments.
Yes, that's very true.
Live, So you won't hear us referring to you being there because it's pre-recorded, but certainly in our comments, we will be able to talk to each other some more. So and this format also allows us to do some pretty exciting little tips, which you'll see more of in the future.
Yes. So, what have we been doing, Terri-Ann?
Personally, how have you been going, Jennifer?
I would say very good, Why very good? Because Terri-Ann, as you know me and those who know me, don't care how negative a situation is. I would look at the positive side because I really believe the only way we can get to the other side is with a positive mindset. Okay? So I tapped into my energy as an energy coach, understanding, when a client come to me, the first thing that I have to do is get their minds together, because if you can't change that mindset from negative to positive, then, you can say you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So that is what I started with. Recognizing, listen, the situation out there, from reading it, it's real. It's real. It's something that we have never experienced before. It is a scary, especially when you keep reading the news, seeing what's happening in the international, outside there. So what I did, Terri-Ann, is looked at, okay, what can happen? What's the worst case scenario in terms of your health, because to me that is critical, because that is what it's attacking your immune system, your lungs, etc. And in my particular case, because I tend to have that sort of health issues, I knew, okay, instead of panicking, what am I going to do? So I took action. And I took action in terms of building up my immune system. So that, what I would say, would have been my number one greatest worry.
Mm-hmm.
Being in the high risk category.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I saw that as my biggest worry. And that is where that's what I addressed first. My health, all advice was to, though I did all that, I'm still at home. I'm not one that venturing out very often. Very rare. I think since we in lockdown, I ventured out on 3 occasions, and that was to the grocery. But so I started managing my health even more than before, focusing on, I'm one will normally, because I would consider myself single and independent, and cooking is not top of my priority list. I tend to buy food. So in that case, I was forced, and I'm doing it. I'm very happy today. I showed off what I did. I pay a lot of attention. So I paid a lot of attention to how I eat. So I really actually started to plan my meals, making sure the combination is one that will help build up my immune system. So I did follow my nutritionist advice, which I should have done from day one, but I lapsed a bit. So with doing that, I exercise a little more. I exercise regularly normally, but I find I am able to push more meditation. So my number one was dealing with my health and mindset. I am very happy with how I handled it. I did not approach it with fear.
Mm-hmm.
I knew, and that's important, making sure you're getting knowledge. And my knowledge came from, listening to more of the health experts out there, and understanding that where I'm at in the whole scheme of things, and what I have to do, for that. So I did that. And having done that, I felt so comfortable, because I don't have that weighing heavy on me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to bed scared that I would get up with the virus, because seriously, I monitored, and I added, of course, pearls onto it. I'm one who very faithful believe that, yes, I must, add spirituality into it. So yeah, so that was my number one. What is this that could really affect me? What will worry me the most and keep me up and keep me anxious was my health. And after I addressed that, I felt okay to move on, to deal with the other anxious moments that might come up. I also stop. I don't focus on all, like I'm on Facebook, and because of being in connections with the plus, we have the followers, and I follow persons on the Facebook, but there are those who only post negative things. So I do not follow any negative post. So I focus on the positive post, and I love a bit of humor. So I love looking at and any sort of humorous, those clips that people will send out, even some of the reporters made. When I say reporters, both foreign and the local one, that do it in a very humorous way. So yeah, I would say basically for now, I focus on the positives. And in doing that, and let me just share one more before I move, before I let you share your experience. I have not been too much into the music. I like music, but I recognize now that I don't know music. When I said that, not to play, but in listening, I couldn't it's not easy for me to identify the singers, etc. So on Friday, I just happened to be on, and every Friday now, for the last, I would say 4 Fridays, I stay up with Vonna, and I am enjoying that until I can't believe it, until about 11:30. So I go into my bed smiling. I'm telling you, I'm one, by 9, I'm in my bed. I look forward, and I must congratulate her. I actually look forward, Terri-Ann, to all the different ways that I love it. So I am singing along, not knowing the words to her, but humming and singing my own words. And when I go to my bed feeling so great, and that is what I will share. So that's my COVID so far in terms on the personal side of it. So how have you been doing?
I think this period has caused me to focus on balance, because and I've become more sharply aware of the different segments of my life, me as an individual, as a sibling, as a mother, as a wife, and as friends. And I suppose if I were to prioritize, I've had to say it to myself, because I am one of 4 children. My parents are both in their late 80s, and everyone else is abroad. So I'm
so you have to hold the fort.
I have to hold the fort. And in the process of social distancing, you try to balance off, and they're in San Fernando, I'm in Chapter. How often do you go, and how do you check on them? They're also independent people. So I found at times, a lot of my energy is going there. But then I have 2 young adults, men,
yeah,
my children, who need guidance. They both university, and in different ways, they are going through managing the experience of COVID. And to the extent that they both see us, their parents, as beacons, and I'm the token one. I'm the token one.
Yeah.
So you have talking here, and talking there, and talking out there. So you have to give and be present a lot because like I'm aware that they could very easily get restless or decide I'm going out, I'm doing this and that. But you're trying to keep it on an even keel, stay responsible. I'm tremendously proud of them and their friends and how they handle it.
I must say congratulations, because when you hear people speak, especially for the young one and young men, who, they like the little freedom to get out there and understanding what's happening is very difficult for them. So, you know, that's great that they understood.
Things that we've started doing, and it's turning out to be quite a bit of fun, is, you know, well, I live with 3 carnivores, males,
Yes.
big ones. They need food.
Right.
Our kitchen has become a hub, and they love, I suppose I get it from their mother, I can't complain. They love exotic food. So I've started, okay, well, you learn to make it. So we've created a whole ecosystem around they cooking
Right.
really complex meals. So they're learning to cook. But in the middle of all that, I realized that I could very easily lose myself. So I
Yeah.
have carved out with our trainer, Maria, time, 2 times a week or 3 times a week that are very, very precious to me. I'm not giving it up, where we do Pilates and TRX and we talk and so on. And
Right.
that, you know, as I look at everything, I say, am I balanced? Am I centered? Because I know that this is a changing time, because when I think
Yes.
side of me, both Ian and I are entrepreneurs. And this period, depending on how this economy goes, a situation could be very different at the end. So, you know, I think because of all the responsibilities and the different aspects of my life, and because I have remembered me in the middle of it, and prioritizing me and giving time to me, and being very happy that not that I ever thought my family didn't respect my right to have time, but at a time when I decided I want my time to center me, I see them all respecting it.
Well, that's great.
That space. So I am saying, and you know, you talk about music. I have some very dear friends. Every night we send each other music. We send each other something that really brightens us up. And you know, it's so you know, you realize how really multifaceted your life is, and how interdependent all those aspects of your life. So you know, you deal with the parents, you deal with the siblings abroad, thanks God for Zoom, you deal with the children, you deal with the husband, you deal with the meals, and then you deal with yourself, and you go to bed with a surprise nugget of music, you know. But I would say, Jennifer, that we're probably doing a good job of balancing ourselves, but I think there's another side of life that links both of us.
Oh, yes. And you know, I'm glad you know, when you spoke like that, and Terri-Ann, we started off, I mean, I started off by saying, you know, everybody in a different situation. So they have to understand their situation and do what worked for them to try and make that balance. And you know, so we have to separate for those of us, because we have, and in our situation, we have the personal situation, which is, I wouldn't even say it's a challenge, but we have to manage our own personal situation and keep it balanced. By the way, let me add, because I like am an outdoor person, I took up gardening and I reaped my first set. But guess what I reaped?
You have to post your lettuce.
Yes, lettuce. And the sweet peppers is growing. I mean, within that time, we're going to be reaping sweet peppers soon. So for my outdoor activity, because I like the outdoors, I rarely do that. And then, Terri-Ann, the other aspect that I looked, and when I started and I said, the first thing I say, what is my number one? What will worry me the most was my health. What came second was income. Because, Terri-Ann, and I looked at it, if I didn't have good health, I can't work. But the fact that these times where as entrepreneurs, it is really, really difficult. It is worrisome, because you want to know, listen, what is happening now? Where are we getting the clients? What are we doing? So that aspect, as business people, as entrepreneurs, and because we work so closely together, you know, it is, let me just say this. I must stop to say this. Having a partner in business at this time to help you with the worries, the problems, etc., to keep bouncing off ideas. Let me tell you, for those who don't have, somehow I feel one of the solutions after COVID is to get one. So yes, Terri-Ann. And you being, Terri-Ann, more of, I always say, more of the heavier on the business side as a business consultant, that being able to chat with you about the fears, I wouldn't say fear, I don't like to use the word fear, but concerns and challenges that it's a fact, because we're reading when you listen to economists or the government programs, etc. It is a reality. But having you there, Terri-Ann, who has the experience, you know, as a consultant too, that was a great, great help. So I would let you start by sharing in terms of how we as a team, Connections 50 Plus, in this COVID time has been handling our own concerns.
And I will start by saying that what I will so fully endorse what you said, because many entrepreneurs are solo acts. And
yes.
when you don't have someone who you can speak to, listening to you to say you're really making sense is me, you playing with me too, you know. When you don't have that, or even someone who understands your journey,
Yes.
you really could become very, very sidetracked. And one of the things, and I will say Jennifer says that, but Jennifer didn't say how many times she will say, yeah, you and your idea, but how I selling this?
Yeah, bottom line. Because out there, as salespeople will know, out there, you better be creative. You better be creative.
But
Yeah.
I take this period and our journey as in this entrepreneurial journey is significant. It's significant. And I think we have done a tremendously good job for the last year. Yeah. And what we've done is we've taken our own advice and we've sat back. The reality is that as we started, 6 weeks, the economy shut down.
Yes.
Our economy is based on small micro entrepreneurs, retail distribution, and services. Services, retail, we know retail, shop, parlor, barbecue, grocery. Distribution, that is import and export and send everything to us. We do not manufacture a lot of what we do. And services, barber, nail tech, dressmaker, shoemaker, all those. When you drive around the town, you see a lot of people, we are service industry. And in economies where most people, I mean, it's tested, Trinidadians, most of us do not have 1 month reserve anything. Most of us have, we can put our hands on, and this was an economic survey that was done recently, probably about 2 years ago. Most of us might be able to put our hands on 1 week's salary, 1 week's expenses. So the very few of us have the proverbial 6 months put away.
Yeah, no, that one I could see it, because you know, we had so many recurring expenses. It's not easy. As you say, a one-man show, it is very difficult.
And a lot of those one-man shows have probably 2 children, a parent, and an aunt, depending on the one-man show. So when this economy is shut down, yes, you could worry about, will my business be around? For many people, because it's a one-man show, your business could be around. But the question that really bothered me, which is what I brought to our engagement together, and which is what we want to share with everybody out there.
Yes.
It's not my business as a question. It's who will be the consumer outside there? What will they need? Because what the consumer would have spent on before because what they spent on is what the economy was, is the distribution, the retail, and the services.
Mm-hmm.
If I've gone through 6 weeks with no income, and we're looking at another 2 weeks, that's 8 weeks, with a possible 2 weeks after. And you have school children not at school till probably September. And how many of us depend on that economy? Taxi drivers, Maxi. I was hearing a show, the snow cone man selling outside, the lady selling snacks, dependent on that. Now, when the economy reopens, all of us have to think about how do we be of value and of use to our clients.
Mm-hmm.
And if our clients don't need us, how do we find other people who need us? So a lot of our time in the last 2 weeks, especially, Jennifer, have been really a business retreat where we have gone into ourselves, asked some really hard questions about what are we doing? For whom is it worthwhile? And how can we be of service and of value at the other end?
You know, Terri-Ann, as you said that, and for our followers and listeners, should know what we started again with mindset. The option of closing down is not an option. All right? So there's nothing about shutting down. Okay? Going to receivership or bankruptcy or anything like that.
No.
We started with, we are moving forward definitely. How are we going to continue running a viable business?
Yeah.
All right? And with that mindset now, you then really start to look at if we have to redesign, come up with something new. You know, where are we going to put our focus on? Who would be still on our team? Because we have to know who are the critical service providers, you know, professionals that we must have on our team to get us, you know, forward.
Yeah.
So again, being able to work through it with a positive, I mean, I keep harping, Terri-Ann, because that is so important, with a positive mindset. Because, and for those who may not be as lucky as we are, and I say luck, we have been really fortunate to have each other.
Blessed.
And blessed, definitely. When you're thinking that, okay, who can I go to chat with? It should not be someone who thinking negative or don't have the, and we are dealing here with our business side of it, that don't have that experience out there in business, you know, operating their own business, to share their stories. Because it's so easy, Terri-Ann, to get the negatives.
Yeah.
That why are you going, you know, down that road, you know? Forget that. These are hard times. Why not do X, Y, and Z? I'm just sharing that, Terri-Ann, because I find that is so important. You know, you don't want those who are negative at this time around you. As an entrepreneur, you want the persons who holding your hand, who supporting you, people with the type of experience to take you along the line. Yeah. You know, and give that support.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, you know, I am very proud of what we've done. I mean, our client base, our audience, you all on YouTube are going to be, you're going to see what we have planned. And wait, Jennifer, we're busy premiering, and we welcome everybody. And a big part of the people that we really, really care about are our Gael audience.
Our Gael audience, our brothers and sisters in the islands.
Audience, because we ask ourselves, who do we talk to? For whom do we matter? And let's just take a minute now to really talk about that Gael audience and a very important member of that Gael.
Oh, yes.
Who is Errol and Jeline Fabian. And people would know, or you may or may not know, that a very, very important person to Trinidad's culture, Trinidad's arts, and a very, very important person to Errol Fabian was lost just day before yesterday, you know, and we want to extend through this medium to Errol our sincerest condolences. I mean, it's losing
Definitely.
that is missing something significant, and we know that's a space that Errol is going to be challenged, but we know he can do it, you know. But we have been thinking about our family, our colleagues, because Jennifer said it. Who is on your team? Who is working?
Yeah.
You have to ask those questions. And you out there in Facebook land, our YouTube people, our Gael family via Errol's The Caribbean, we realize are all our family. And we want to say that we've worked really, really hard to make sure that we said today is starting over, get ready after COVID, that after COVID, this is not a selfish pursuit. This is not a for-profit pursuit. We really want to make sure that our 5.8G generation really has the opportunity to deliver, have a phenomenal life. And I think the work that we've done and the plans that we have working with Candace and with Errol are going to blow your minds. So Jennifer, we can start to talk about some of the things that we've been doing.
And what I want to say, and as you mentioned, the islands too, it is so the reach now. We are all in this together. It's so easy. And in planning, of course, like many businesses looking at now, most, and we all were already online. Thank God we had that foresight that we had, you know, we were set up on all the platforms, all the social media platforms. So we didn't have to do that. I saw and I don't even want to say the challenge moving forward is, and we have started, is that many of our followers who may have been used to come into the workshops and the forums, you know, and all our socials, you know, physically, you know, we have to now help some of you all to say, listen, we are running our workshops and forums and things now online. When you join us, and we'll talk about, we have a free webinar coming up, that you will recognize how easy it is. Because when we had our first meetup, and that was before the COVID, Terri-Ann, was it?
The 8th of April. Yes.
So we actually, you know, had that foresight that, listen, we need to go online.
Well, that's when we knew we had our Caribbean audience. So we had to find and it also came because people were demanding, how can we get together?
Right. And they want to know, they couldn't come to Trinidad to a workshop or forum. And we had that first meetup to introduce persons to our Zoom platform. And we had fun because it had some who used it for the first time. And, you know, it was really funny because some of them did not know. And I say funny, but in a nice way, by the way. We had fun with that. That they weren't sure if the camera fixed. We're still fixing ours, by the way. So it was nice when we introduced that platform. So that in planning now, we have to get more of you on board using the platform. So we're going to be sending out links and you come on, you know, we have the free meetups, we have webinars, etc., where we can all meet, see each other.
Yep, yeah. But let's talk about stuff that we've done. And I have to give you credit. We've done a lot of stuff with our website. And
yes, we have upgraded,
So what is going on there?
So we had made sure that our website is a very friendly one, user-friendly. So when you go on our website, which of course is Connections 50 Plus website, and you would see it from off the Facebook we have there with the link, that you see how easy it is for you to really go through. And we have separated very nicely. We have the 50 Plus programs that you just click, and we have all our programs, including, you know, if you want to go through our magazines, our PDF, you just click and you have all the information there. You can send us, you know, you can just sign up and let us know where you are, what you're interested in. We're offering, of course, that free consultation so you could meet and chat with us. So the website is really up. We had the website before, but we just tweak it in a way now because we recognize you will need to go to the website a little more often to get information and to participate in some of our programs. So that's what we do, the website.
One of the things we realize is that, yes, we can connect on social media, but the website is really where all the information and resources are stored, you know? So anything you want to find out, you go to the website and we'd be there. And we've also done some stuff with YouTube, Jen.
Oh, yes. So the YouTube set up in order. And depending on what your interests, you just click.
Through everything that we packed.
So, of course, we ask you to subscribe. You can, any one of our lives that you miss, you can go to that YouTube, our YouTube channel. It's now, before it wasn't, now we have it as CONEC-TIONS 50+ YouTube channel. So you go to it and you can click on any one of the clips there, any one of the videos, and go back if you're interested in a topic. And you know, we had several. We had over how many? Did we reach
28th show, lady?
Yeah. So we have, and we had it some other videos. So we do have, it is really a resource platform, a resource for you to go to and see what we have been doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So of course, we've sharpened up. You'd have seen us beginning to work with Candice, really animating our videos. And
yes,
you wouldn't see it on Facebook, but every one of our lives, our content strategist, Candice Davis Blackman, who is like, she could be just in the middle of Jennifer and I right now, you know? She converts, she extracts the essence of our lives into short clips that could be from 1 to 4 minutes, and they are the energy that drives our Instagram and Twitter feeds. They're there. So you don't have a lot of time. You look onto us on Instagram and Twitter, and you're right there understanding the essence of everything that's happened. You know?
Terri, what I want to say for our followers who are entrepreneurs or small business people, that in planning, we had to decide who are our key supporters. Because, of course, you're looking and you work in your budget, etc. Who will take us through this time? And we identified Candice because we understood that, listen, we're going to be online all the time. And we need somebody with us all the time to make sure things go right. So in doing that, that was our decision. So we had to, of course, listen, we need this person with us. Without her, we couldn't move forward. The others we can, when we need, because we do need other support. We can always, you know, call on our videographer, our photographer, our graphic artist, you know, and let them come on. But the person we needed to make this journey with us through the post-COVID was our person for IT.
Yeah. And then there's also the Caribbean connection, which is our link with Errol Fabian and Gael the Caribbean as the network. So one of the main things really is understanding who you need to reach and who you need to have with you.
Yes.
Put things in place to make sure that there is a sustainable relationship throughout. Now, there's another group of people who you know, it's amazing. This social media connection allows us to be all over the place.
Yes.
And if you all are hearing some birds flying around, the parrots are going home and I am outside. And it is those fantastic people who came to our meetup. Who I mean, we have a social media audience through Facebook. Then we have the people who know us through YouTube. We have the people who know us from workshops and all kinds of things like that. And the people who wanted to meet us, and we had a meetup last month. We made a commitment that this is going to be monthly. And next Friday, the 8th of May, next Friday, is our second monthly meetup. All right?
Yes.
So everyone needs to stay tuned to Facebook and all of our platforms. And we are going to make sure that you have the link. Last time we had about 20 people at the meetup, and this time we hope there's even more. All right.
Yes.
But Jennifer, the biggest thing, and I'm watching our time, we're having a good time talking here. We were thinking, yes, we could talk about going forward into the future. We could talk, but you have to decide what you're doing. And I'm really amazed sometimes, you know, we go into our archives to see what were we talking about when and so on. And I look at our period now with the COVID-19, and I remember us doing, and I don't know if you all remember out there, it was last August. It would have been one of our early meetups.
Early clips, yes.
It was the entrepreneurial spirit. And we had a major disaster in the middle of that thing. The internet went down. We didn't know about wires and all kinds of things then. And we had to scramble afterwards to get back online using a phone. Jennifer and I were crouched up on a chair.
The clip is still there. So you can go and check it out.
We deliberately decided not to remove it. You know, it was so fortuitous that we decided not to remove it, leave it there, because we wanted to see our progress. But during that, we had planned to, we did show a video clip, Animals by the River, you know, where wildebeest were drinking and an alligator grabbed onto one and was dragging the leg down, and there was a fight between the wildebeest and the alligator. Well, not a fight, a struggle. And the other animals were there. We reckoned them to our tribe who looks on at us struggling. And then out of the river, not connected, came two hippopotamus that saved the, well, allowed the wildebeest to escape. And we thought there were so many parallels with our current situation, you know, that we are looking forward. We're wondering what is happening. Just like that, we are all going to emerge from this struggle in this river of COVID.
Yeah, Terri-Ann, as you're chatting, were you able to pull it up that we can show them? Can we show them, or we will have to post it after?
No, we'd have to. Well, what I could try to do, we can do at the end of this. I can share it. Yes, we'll do it.
You know what we can do? We can share it after the live then?
Yes, we could.
Okay.
We could.
So when it's premium or before, either before or after.
Yes.
Because I was just thinking, because that was really, it is so.
But they can go to YouTube and see it. It's there.
Oh yes, because definitely it is what we. It's the time we're in right now. It's the time we're in.
You know, and the thing is, when we looked, Jennifer, you asked a question at the end. When we looked at the wildebeest, now he was involved in probably a 4-minute struggle with an alligator held on. We call the alligator cash flow. Hold out his leg and dragging him into the river. And the hippopotamus came, distracted, stomped on the alligator, and he came away. And we saw that his hind hoof was mangled. So yes, he came out of the danger, but he could not continue as he did before with the herd of wildebeest. He escaped to emerge another day, but he had to have a new strategy. And that is very much where we are right now. Each one of us is going to emerge. No one is emerging from this thing unscathed, because if our hours haven't been cut, if we have been deemed to be in the essential services, if we're in the health services, we had to face up COVID. If we're in the financial services, we had to deal with people who can't pay their loans, looking at the lifeblood of your business. Everyone is, don't talk about the children and their education. And everyone is emerging with some.
It is different. And Terri-Ann, in all of this, what we all need is support, help. Because we definitely need to get together, share ideas, share stories. See, within the sharing, there may be room for some sort of and I'm saying partnership. It don't have to be in terms of the legal terms, but doing some, you know, connecting with others who can support you in some way. But to do that, we need to know who's out there. You understand? And we are dealing, as you all know, who are looking on to, with us now, that our focus is the 50 plus tribe. And we are looking at the 5.8G, which is, for those who didn't know, the 50 to the 80 generation.
Going on to the third act of life.
And Terri-Ann, so there are those who, in business right now, there may those, Terri-Ann, who may not be in business, but very fearful because of their age, being at that later age, may be close to retirement, and may be fearful that when their companies looking to downsize, which many companies would have to do, that they may be topping that list. So, and there is, that is a real concern. And in doing that, they may be wondering, what can I do if that happens? You know, but you need to we need to come together, chat, share ideas, and to see how we can move forward after, when the economy is open, as they say. And Terri-Ann, that's why before we close, I really want to share in our discussion and on our planning, and to give that support to our followers, that we thought, okay, we are having a meetup, which we had promised, and going very nice and light and having fun, and more getting to know you, that we should also do a free webinar for post-COVID. A free webinar, actually what we call like a blast off, to send our followers off. When I say, and we shouldn't say send them off, because we still want them with us, but to give some sort of reassurance, some sort of support, to let them know we are here for you. We are here for you. So we have planned that webinar, Terri-Ann, and I don't want us to close without telling them about our webinar.
Yeah. So what we've done, and we think it is necessary. It is really
definitely.
We have thought about what's the road to go on, and people are transitioning. As Jennifer said, whether you're transitioning into business or whether you're just transitioning into a different stage of life, whether life for you post-COVID is going to be helping children to catch up with school, whether it will be after the borders are open, we expect a lot of trainees and others, the diaspora is
coming in,
back, because a lot of them are displaced, and our economy is throughout the Caribbean, they're based on tourism. So many of us, the way of life that we had is going to change, and it's so important we would use our combined skills of Jennifer being a certified coach, life coach and energy coach, and using my experience and skill in business to have this webinar to start a discussion that outlines for you how you can begin to step forward to blast off and continue your 5.8G journey post-COVID. Still with enthusiasm, still with happiness, still with success. And at that webinar, we are going to be giving you guidelines, outlines, tips, strategies for moving forward. We're doing it in a way that we hope it's going to be very interactive. You would be able to call in to talk about different things. We're expecting that the webinar should be about an hour long. As we said, it's Wednesday, Monday.
Well, we're doing it Monday the 11th. So the 8th is our meetup, where we just have you just come and meet different people. And
on the 11th from 6 to 7. And we are going to be starting a serious discussion with our 5.8G cohort about how we blast off to survive and thrive and really have a great time post-COVID. So we're going to be giving you reminders. There's going to be a registration point. Please send your information and register for the event. We're going to be able to hold, based on our Zoom capacity, a certain amount. So it's important that you register in advance. And what we're really hoping is that all to nearly 3,000 of you followers really hop on board this webinar, and let's really set the foundation for our community.
And you know what's great, Terri-Ann? This webinar support male and female, men and women throughout the Caribbean. So you know what's great, Terri-Ann, and I'm looking forward to the sharing of the different ideas coming not just from Trinidad, but from the different islands. What's happening among them? You know,
came on Jamaica and
what they have been doing. Because the economy is going to be different, but all of us know it's like starting all over again in some situations. So when you can come,
I want to request when this premiere comes on. So everybody now, you're looking now. So put up your flags. Let's see the flags that will be attending.
Oh, that would be great. Oh, yes.
Let's see the flags that will be attending our webinar now.
Because we're going to get great insights. Could you imagine we have this 50+ cohorts coming together, different experiences, as you say, whether you're going into business, whether you're in business, whether it's just life. How are you making out? Even those who have to go back to the workplace, you know, what sort of mindset? What are you going to do?
The world will be different. And you know, there are two types. We can come at the world from different places. There's some who come from legitimate concern and fear. But then there are others who are chomping at the bit to go, enthusiastic because this is their time to create themselves and so on. We're accommodating everyone. So
and definitely when that energy, with all that energy coming together, definitely it will be a blast off. It is definitely going to be a blast off. So Terri-Ann, how's our timing going?
We are doing excellently. We actually have 5 minutes left. Which is perfect, you know, but again, it gives us chance to run that little clip, you know, of what was going on at the river. But again, we have to really say, endorse.
So you start.
So Jennifer, we have a lot going on. We have that website. We first of all have sat back and looked at our business. We understand that we each individually going through our journey into preparing for post-COVID, but on a professional level, we've looked at the business, we've sharpened the website, we've sharpened, organized YouTube, we've worked with Candice to really create materials to allow people to access us more readily.
Yes.
Through Errol, we are going to become Caribbean people.
And let me say something to you. I feel like I have been working harder during this time than before, because you know what, the ideas just flowing. So if it 4 o'clock in the morning comes, I write up and I WhatsApp Terri-Ann or send her email. Now I get up very early. Terri-Ann goes to bed very late. So when I get up very early, I would see her messages and what she did late night. And when she gets up, she's going to see my own. So, you know, the thing about it is we can't say we have to work. It's continuous work. And if it is not, you're not in business, let me tell you, you still need, Terri-Ann, take time to meditate, to clear your mind, because you have to be positive. For your family, for friends, we need to stay positive because we have to survive this period. And we're going to survive this period. Because one thing, living in Trinidad right now, we feel sort of a self of assurance that yes, we are doing the right thing in terms of our health, our professionals.
We are second on the list globally in terms of readiness for easing lockdown.
So at least we could focus on that to feel good, to look at the positive side. We could have been in another country, Terri-Ann, where things are so much more, worse than us. So yes, so I thank you for joining us.
You had an interesting clip. You had an interesting.
Oh yes, and I saw this, and I saw this it jumped at me because I said we are on today. It said it's easier to solve a problem when facing it. And I thought of that, Terri, and that's great for us to at least end with, because we need to look at what's happening with our lives, with our business, etc. Face it. Don't hide from it. As we say, don't bury your head in the sand. It's a reality, and we invite you to face it with us.
Yes.
So because when we are having that webinar, it's time for all of us to chat. And we're non-judgmental. So it's nobody in a position to judge right now at all.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward for you to register. It's all free.
Yeah.
To join us, to join everybody, the entire Caribbean. Everyone is invited to join us on that webinar, and that's on Monday the 11th. Yes. From 6 to 7. We will have the link where you can just register, and then when time is near, we're going to send you that entrance link to the webinar. So that's about it, Terri-Ann.
Yes, so we will see you before that, though. We will see you next Wednesday, where we will talk some more about what's coming up and what are the plans. And no, next Wednesday, we will be resuming our discussion.
With the men talk. Yes, yes.
We will be resuming, and we will have a different take, because I know many people send that recording to their husbands. Many women were very interested, because even up to myself, it was so amazing. We are talking about 5.8G and the transition, and when all of the men,
yes,
what transition? Hello, we have responsibilities.
Yeah, we took a break this week because of to allow Errol, because of his
yes, agreed.
Yeah, as Terri-Ann mentioned. So next week, Wednesday, we're going to have the men on board. So that's it, right, Terri-Ann? So we're saying bye. See you. Right, next Wednesday. Okay.